Hi everybody, I'm Rebecca and welcome to my kitchen. And yes, this really is my kitchen. Today I'm going to make something very special. I've been making this for 20 years. It's my brownie recipe. They're ooey, they're gooey. I used to take them to church functions all the time and people would call me up and ask me, do you mind bringing a pan of your brownies? And I would say, nope, don't mind at all. And I would make them and they would be gone before you know it. They're simple, they're easy. So, my brownies, I got 1 2/3 cup of sugar in here. And this is 1 1/2 sticks of butter. And I melted it because you want to be able to mix these two together. And I let it boil just a second because you want it good and hot. This is where it gets its goodness from. To that, I'm just going to mix this up for a minute until I get it completely together here. You don't need the mixer for this one. This one does real easy by hand, and it's in the oven in 5-10 minutes, depending on if you have your stuff out like I do. So now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water to that. 2 eggs. And I tried to look at the yolk before it all went in there. And so let's mix that up. I got my oven on 350. It's already warm and ready to go, or should I say hot. And then to this I'm going to add 2 teaspoons. Did you understand that? 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And this is a 2 teaspoon measuring spoon. So you're going to put that in there, and that's it for your liquids. Now we're going to add, and I'm going to beat this around pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and add my baking powder, and that is 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And then I'm going to add 1/4 salt, and I've always used kosher salt. And there might be a little black pepper in there if you saw a black dot, because my fingers are constantly in one or the other. Blend that in good. Now I'm going to add 3/4 cup of cocoa powder. And I just shake that in there. As I said, I've been making these for so many years that it's easy to measure. I know what's good. Get done. And I think 18 minutes. And every oven I've ever had, or I've lived in a place, I've always checked my oven to make sure. And I know in 18 minutes, without checking them, that they're done. And the reason why I know is because I can't test them is because of all of the chocolate chips I'm going to put in it. And now I'm going to have my flour. And it's 1 1/3. I have to look this recipe card, as you can see. It's very faint. I'm going to have to rewrite it. That's for sure. And it's 1 1/3 cups of flour, all purpose. And this is one thing I wanted to make for you guys, because it is one of my favorite recipes. It's one of the best recipes I've come across making brownies. And the minute I found it, I wouldn't tell some of the girls how I made them. And they searched high and low for my brownie mix here and wanted to know how I did it and what was in it. I wouldn't tell anybody. I think one person finally figured out where I got it.
Now everybody knows.
You know what? I don't know if everybody, now everybody knows, yeah. And it is one of the best, isn't it?
Yep.
I just make sure I get all the flour. I go down to the bottom and look and make sure. And it looks good. Now, here's my specialty. I add, and this is what makes it oogie googie good. And yes, I said that right, because they are semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1 bag. Look at that. Look at all that goodness. This is not on my diet. Look at that mess. Now, I just use regular cocoa. I do have the extra dark, but this recipe doesn't calls for it. It just calls for regular cocoa. I guess I'm going to wash another one. I just didn't. I want it even because I want even cooking. So I'm going to have to look at it and see that it's even. That everywhere it looks even. I'm going to go ahead and cook it for 18 minutes exactly. If my oven, which I know it is 350, I'm going to put it in there. It's preheated. Make sure it's preheated. And I'm going to go 18 minutes. And when it comes out, I'm going to cool it, and it won't take that long to cool. Right there it is. And I'll come back when it's cooled. We'll make the icing, and we'll put it on, and then we'll enjoy some brownies. I'll see you in about a half hour, 45 minutes. Hi everybody, and welcome back. The brownies are cool, and they look really good. They didn't go down too much. They didn't sink in or anything, so they're ready to go. So what I've done is I've taken a stick of butter, soft butter, 1 stick, and I'm just going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of vanilla to it. I'll get that out of the way. And then I have my milk here, so I need 1/3 cup of cocoa. This thing's gonna chocolate you out. I can tell you that right now. And I'm gonna put that in there. And then 3 cups, and I might not have enough powdered sugar. I could have just enough. How about that? I do. I have just enough. I got my mixer here plugged in and ready to go. And I'm going to start out with 5 tablespoons of cold milk. And then I'll leave it out just in case I need more. And let's get this beat up. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape everything down. Make sure I get the bottom good. Scrape everything around. There we go. It's all been combined, so now I'm just going to whip it on high. Looks good. It's nice and fluffy. You can feel it. You can feel the fluffiness. I know that sounds weird, but I sure can. I'm just going to get it on here. See how fluffy it is and how nice it looks? Very easy to ice. That's what I said. These are something you can whip up Sunday morning or Saturday morning and have for the weekend, or something through the week for a treat for the kids. Such good icing. Mine has my pan, it's a 9x13 if I didn't tell you that. Has a lid to it, which I love. And there you are. You would usually let it sit, but I'm going to show you the inside. And this with a really good glass of milk. And as you can see, it's ooey, it's gooey. Look at that. Every mouthful has chocolate chips. And it's really good. If you have any questions, ask below, comment, like, and share. And also subscribe to our channel, please. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen. I'll see you next time. Bye.